It's not a big deal, but I like to just sort of throw some ideas out so that we're all on the same page and you understand my philosophy. First of all, I want to thank Jim, Phoebe and Zoe's dad, for being our co-coach. There will be times when I can't be here, and so everything will be his style that day. Hopefully our styles are the same, but they might be different. And everybody else, by the way, more than welcome to help. In fact, I'll get to a moment or two where I'll ask you specifically for some kinds of help. You can come to practice. You can absolutely participate. We theoretically have to have a license, which I should totally have been wearing. Looks like that, but with my picture. And that means we can run an event. So one of us needs to be at something, whatever it is that's official, but everybody else is welcome to help. We've already had significant help fixing the field, putting up goals this morning, and there will be more opportunities for that throughout the season. I just wanted to throw out some philosophical stuff and some expectations that I have. First of all, the reason I coach, this is my possibly 7th or 8th year coaching. I have a 13-year-old and I started coaching when she was 5 or 6.
And he started coaching me.
And started coaching Felicia when she was 6. So I've been doing it for a while. I don't know why I keep doing it. It's a lot of fun. Actually, it's a tremendous privilege to work with your daughters and your families. My philosophy is fairly straightforward. We're all working together to raise strong, powerful women. And I believe sports and being part of a team and respecting the work that we all put into being part of a team is a critical life skill that builds strong, powerful women. Things that occur during the course of our practice and during our game, in general, my reaction to them will be my version of trying to create strong, powerful women. Hope you're with me on that. I will ask them to do things that maybe other people don't ask them to do, but that's all right. They should learn to do. I will sometimes say things to them that maybe they don't hear in terms of some negative feedback. I won't be mean, certainly won't be inappropriate, but I'll tell them if I want them to do something differently, both behaviorally and on the soccer skill set, because I believe both those things will help them be better players, better teammates, better daughters, but also better participants in our strong, powerful women idea. So that's my philosophy. It's really straightforward, and those are my goals. Soccer is fun. It happens to be a sport I enjoy a lot. My goal at the end of this season is that your families continue having your daughter do something that makes them grow and become more strong and more powerful. If it's soccer and if it's on my team in the future, fabulous. If it's a totally different sport, great. If it's a non-sport that still contributes, great. But I hope this experience leads them to keep doing those things. So that's my philosophy. I hope you share it. If you don't, you can always talk to me. If you see me do something that you wish I hadn't done, or you were wondering why I did, feel free to ask. I'll either apologize and beg your forgiveness because I didn't mean to do that, or I'll let you know what I have done and figure out a way to do it. A word about our season schedule. I emailed last night, perhaps you've had a chance to see it, our first 5-game schedule. We play 5 games. All of our first 5 games are either going to be here or we're going to have 1 game at Leeds Elementary. We're very local. We're going to play the same teams twice. We'll play a lot of Willow Glen teams, just kind of the way it works out. In the second half, which are the games beyond October 13th, we will play a different set of teams. Some the same, some different. It will depend on what our experience ends up being in the win-loss column. That schedule will be done in early October. So we'll know our first 5 games now. We'll know our last 5 games in October. We do not have a game on the Labor Day weekend. We do have a game next Saturday. We don't have a game on the last weekend of September, which is the 29th, which is our PAL Soccer Jamboree. It's photo day and kind of a fun little festival at PAL Stadium. And then we'll have the rest of the day non-soccer-ish. And then we'll resume again on the 6th, which is scheduled, and the 13th we'll wait to find out our schedule. If for any reason you won't be able to make a practice or a game, please let me know. Up until the moment it starts, I do plan to practice certain things, and I do plan certain lineups, and so surprises at game time or at practice start time kind of alter those plans. So if you know your daughter's not going to be there, please let me know. Even if you find out at the last minute, it's just helpful for me to move on. Instead of waiting, she'll be here in a minute. No, she's not coming, let me know. Text, phone, email, whatever works for you is great for me. It is helpful for you guys to be on time. I do ask everybody to come 30 minutes before game time. I find that it's helpful to wake everybody up and get them ready to go, especially with fewer players. If we're not ready to go, the first several minutes can be really depressing. So I ask everybody to show up on time. We'll come up with our good wake-up ritual eventually. It'll be unique to our team. and that'll be important. So please show up 30 minutes before every game and practices on time. Again, I know things happen. If you know you will be regularly late to practice, let me know, or regularly need to leave early. I generally don't have a problem with it. I just like to talk about donuts and healthy snacks. This is the last time, probably, unless I need to work a bribe or something. I prefer that our daughters eat healthy. Again, that strong, powerful women thing. So donuts is the attraction today, but it's the last time I hope to see donuts on the soccer field. But we will put together a snack schedule. I'll be asking parents to, well, if somebody wants to help me put that together, that would be awesome. And then each parent will get a chance to bring snacks. When it's your turn, I ask that you bring water and fruit for halftime, and something at the end that is not overly sugary. Gatorade drinks are really not healthy for our 8 and 9-year-old bodies. We're not spending that much energy, so water is best. Grapes, oranges, apples, whatever you feel the compelled to bring are fantastic. But donuts, we won't hope to see again. So there you go, girls. Congratulations. Donuts. And those who weren't here aren't even going to get a donut, so there's that. Generally, the request is that you bring a snack for halftime to get them a little energy boost, water and fruit, and then something at the end of the game. Nothing overly filling. Most of our games are in the morning, then go home at lunch. Let's talk a little bit about equipment. I'll hand out jerseys on Tuesday. They look like the blue jerseys out there. Some of them are large. I apologize now. Your daughters will be able to wear them to your high school prom. It's just kind of the way it is. We'll work on that on Tuesday, but please know that when you have your jersey, it's important that you keep track of it. Our daughters are probably old enough to keep track of it themselves. I would recommend every Friday night you develop a ritual of where is your uniform. It has 3 parts, minimum. You must wear black socks. You may not wear anything else. You must wear black shorts. These have a nice white stripe. It would be best if they were the ones you wore. These don't. The ones you're getting to, sorry. And your jersey top. If you don't wear those things, there's no guarantee you'll be able to play. Some fields and some opponents will be remarkably generous. I like to look at any shirt a child is wearing and say, that looks like the right one to me. But not every coach will be like that, and not every referee. The uniform is important. You can't alter it in any way. You can't add a patch. You can't write your name on the outside of it or anything like that. It's just the jersey and the 3 parts. Please wear cleats. You don't have to have cleats, but I think everybody does. And I think everybody passed the cleat test today, so that's good. Please wear shin guards for your safety. No jewelry can be worn. Nothing hard on the head. We had some head balls today. It was fantastic. I think it was the other team who did it, but I love it anyway. But if they'd had a hard brad or a hard pin or something in their hair, that would have hurt. So no pins. If your daughter is thinking about getting your ears pierced, please wait until December.
Yeah.
You can get them, but on Saturday morning, those earrings are coming out, no matter what. No matter what the person who poked holes in them told you. They're coming out on Saturday, so just keep that in mind. Many days we will wear our pennies, so get used to them. I will try to wear them a lot in practice so we get used to them and they don't become toys in the game. We're going to play a lot of teams wearing the same color jersey, so we'll be wearing them. Yes, question?
Someone else.
Probably not. A pair of black socks without stripes is preferred. A referee might say okay, or they might say no. Okay? Thank you for asking that. Wash them before Saturday morning. Or, buy a couple pairs of black socks. Let's see. There is a code of conduct that I want to talk about that a little bit, especially for moms and dads. I don't expect there to be a problem with our teammates behaving inappropriately, but everybody, please remember that by being a part of PAL, you have promised to do certain things that are appropriate. You promise to be your best, to treat other people well, no inappropriate language, no disrespect toward anybody on our field, referees, coaches, players, especially me. Please behave appropriately. Moms and dads, there will be moments where I even probably will not be able to successfully be the most sporting that I should be, but I will try hard. I ask you to try hard as well. We will see things happen out on the soccer field and on our sideline over the course of the season that we wish we hadn't seen. Some of it will be correctable, some won't. We just got to handle it appropriately. When it comes to talking to anybody on the other team or to referees, that is my job and Coach Jim's job and nobody else's job. So I ask that you please get in the practice now of not discussing anything with the referees. You can tell them they've done a fabulous job. Anything other than that, let's go through it. Okay? Same thing with communicating with other coaches or other players. There will be times out on the soccer field where you wish a player had not done something that they did, whether it be kind of a violent tackle, or maybe some arms that shouldn't have been swung, or a ball kicked in a way that didn't seem respectful enough, we'll let the coaches address that. So please, no communicating other than positive cheers to anybody outside of our team. When it comes to communicating with our team, we love positive cheers too. I know that sometimes you also want to encourage your daughters on. Sometimes you wish they were doing something a little bit better, a little bit differently, and that's okay too. Just please be nice, please be friendly. If you would like to direct your daughter to do something differently than she is doing on the field, that's okay with me, but be prepared for the possibility that I might turn around and tell you that actually she's doing exactly what I want her to do. It's a big field. We're going to learn about being teammates. We're going to ask players in certain positions to do certain things, which may not be what you think your daughter should be doing, especially if you were in a smaller field last year with a smaller team. So there will be times when you will say something like, oh, I wish you'd done this really good thing instead. And I might turn over and say, actually, that's okay, right? I don't mean this, but sometimes coaches have a different version of what's going on out there than you do. So please be willing to hear us say that. There's one particular thing, by the way, that really gets me, and it's not your fault because it's totally natural, happens for every single coach or every single team I've ever coached. It is a really fun thing to see how far your daughter can kick a soccer ball, and it's very exciting to scream and cheer when they do that. Unfortunately, just kicking the ball far isn't really soccer, and especially on this big field, doesn't work for our style of play. What I'm going to celebrate, and you already heard it today, because actually we were pretty good at this, was a first touch. The idea of the ball coming to you, the player controlling it, and then making a good pass. That pass could be a long kick to a good player. It could be a short pass, or to a good spot in a player. Could be a short pass. The key is it's on purpose. More often than not, a ball rolling and one of our players just coming up and kicking it looks exciting, but it's not what we want to do. So what I'm going to ask you to do instead, and every week I'm going to remind you, is we're going to practice and then demonstrate it for you sometimes. We're going to have skills of the week, or things that we're working on each game. And I'm going to try to get you to cheer for that instead of the big long ball. That's a little pet peeve of mine. We'll work on that. It's okay to cheer the long ball. But again, I may remind you that actually we're looking to do really good, and we're going to have a ton of fun. And you can cheer for all kinds of stuff, don't worry.
We are one mind.
Excellent. We're going to have a good time. I have no concerns. We're going to work on our stamina. We're going to work on running better. But we have everybody who wants to be in practice and wants to get better, and I'm excited by that. Parental help. So snack schedules. Thank you, Stefan, for offering to do that. I'll get emails and probably look for an email from Stefan separately. We oftentimes will need to set up games. I will let you know. My hope is that on days where we are the first game on a field, we're going to need to be here early to set it up. I will let you know when those are. You can assume, although not always, that if we have a 9 a.m. game, I'm going to ask you to be here at 8:15 to help me set up, please. The more hands, the faster things get done. If we are the last game, we're going to need help putting things away. Same thing, so you can expect to stay late. Now, you'll never know if we're the last game, but I will try to tell you. You can't always tell from the schedule. I will try to remind you in advance. And if I forget, love help anyway. Otherwise, I get stuck doing it. Also, I will, at next Saturday's game, I will have for everybody a little sheet. I call it a media guide. It's my effort to help you know who everybody is and cheer for everybody on the team. And I'm going to ask you to fill out some information. Let us know the names of the adults in your family so we can put that on the list and get to know each other. Please do get to know everybody. It should be fun. We're going to get together a lot over the next 2 months. Hopefully it'll all be fun and we'll all get to know each other and build some lifelong friends. Wouldn't that be awesome? For Jocelyn's team, we had a recreational team up until last year. There were players that played on every team I coached. And those are really fun times to reconnect every year for the soccer season. If we're able to do that, that's a nice goal to have. And there'll be other things to help with, parties, fun, things like that. I'll think of other stuff.